never, ever, ever spend a single second watching Wolfman, or is it The Wolfman? Don't know, don't care. Can't give a shit. I would honestly have spent just over an hour watching someone develop long COVID than turn into a fucking werewolf. Like, if it was anything to do with what I just saw in that screen. Oh my God. The whole thing is pathetic. There was no tension. There was no build-up, no atmos, nothing in Wolfman. Was worth sticking around for. It was already so. Firstly, in the beginning, right, the redneck lad that the couple and their daughter pick up, they give him a lift because they're that friendly at the start. What's it he says? Yeah, this area is right off the power grid. There are absolutely no lights after dark. Darkness falls. Lounge is on, kitchen's on, lamps by the front door on. Brilliant. It's one of those sorts of films where nothing makes sense and nothing's actually quite factually correct anyway. But the guy, I swear, when their vehicle overturns, goes down the ravine at the start of the film, what the fuck? There's the dad sat in the passenger seat and he's like, I can see the werewolf, or wolf thing, whatever it is, in the wing mirror. Coming up, approaching the vehicle. The mum and the daughter are on top of the vehicle. Bit of a confrontation. He slams the door. That's it. But then, as soon as he grabs them and they go pegging it off into the wilderness again, the mum and daughter say absolutely nothing, as if this hadn't just happened. It was utterly fucking ridiculous. So, again, it's one of those films. The premise is, it's simple. Unfortunately, it's about the dad very slowly and casually at points transforming into a werewolf thing. The thing is, it's so uninteresting and uneventful all the fucking way through. There's nothing to it. It's just. At one point, he goes up to the wife. He approaches the wife in the kitchen, and she's stood up, he's in wolfy form. His teeth start falling out, his fingernails go weird and stuff. And he's staring at his wife, for ages and ages, as if it's like, I'm like, what are you gonna fuck her or fucking kill her? Do you know what I mean? What's going on here? There were these moments of what the director assumed were sheer suspense, but they really weren't. They were utterly tedious. Thrown into the mix, you get the little girl, the daughter, who's beyond fucking irritating, who's she pauses at points and she's like, Daddy, you're scaring me. As if he had no effect on her in the beginning. Do you know what I mean? When this transformation started taking place, it's as if his teeth falling out and new nails growing through is absolutely fine. Now he's suddenly scaring you. Oh my God, I fucking hated this film. Excuse my language today. I'm not feeling too bright. I'm a bit under the weather, if I'm honest. But that film was just a complete waste of time. I beg you, do not spend a penny watching Wolfman or The Wolfman, whatever it's called. I really couldn't give a shit. Let me see. So yeah, there's classic Hollywood moments where, for example, he goes for the. See, this is the thing. Side note. Does he want to attack them or not? It all takes place around this huge house, in the middle of nowhere. The mum and daughter peg it out, run round the back of the house. The dad then chases after them and then vanishes. They come back into the house. Any other fucking person would leave the vicinity. Do you know what I mean? The immediate area. You get out, really. So the dad then he's chasing them around the lounge. The mum darts out again and then comes back. The daughter's in and out like a fucking yo-yo. What the hell was this? I couldn't tell if it was just a simple game of mummy, daddy, daughter, cat and mouse, or an actual horror. Now, this is done by Blumhouse, and what I know about Blumhouse so far, it's hit and miss with Blumhouse. They can release a production that is absolutely fantastic. It's just saturated in suspense. to, like, you know, suspense and thrills. It keeps you on the edge of your seat. Oh my god, and then they release something like this. There isn't edge of your seat, it's get out of your seat. I mean, at points I was like, I was looking down at my phone, checking text messages. Sounds unprofessional for someone sitting in the cinema. Couldn't give a crap. It was that boring. I had more interest having a look down at not receiving any WhatsApp messages. So yeah, Blumhouse, they release a cracker, don't they? And then they release utter shite that you wouldn't you wouldn't pay a fiver for. So I've got absolutely like now else to say. What was that? What was that? I've had more fun putting my pants on in the morning, honestly. So, yeah, right. There's, what is it? It's just dragged out. It's a dragged out game of cat and mouse that it was lacking so sorely in any form of emotion, suspense. There was no build up. It was terrible. Oh my god, I've got nothing. That's it. It was shocking. Right. Anything else? Visuals, graphics were okay. Slightly confusing. I mean, I'm assuming it's the we saw the POV from the werewolf's point of view when his vision kept going, so you kept getting like Stranger Things style, the dust specks and sort of like. That was the best part of the film, to be honest. Was the whatever it was. It wasn't CGI. And yeah, but the whole it was put out the bit on the roof of the greenhouse. It was just completely unnecessary. Why did they go up there? Why? What? Oh my god, this raises questions. This movie doesn't install enjoyment. It raises questions and queries as to why, how, and what's the point. Do you know what I mean? I've got nothing good to say about Wolfman at all, as you just heard. Jennifer, I want to say, oh shit, what's her name? Julia. I want to say Jennifer Garner. No, it's Julia Garner, isn't it? Brilliant. She is good. I mean, her level of performance and dramatics in most other things that she's in is brilliant. She's good. She's great, but she was put in totally the wrong fucking film here. Seriously, yeah, she didn't deserve any of this. So, to round up, Wolfman is an absolute spectacular piece of shit. Genuinely. I know that sounds really quite. I don't know. I mean, I'm coming at it from a completely non-biased point of view, to be honest. I sat down wanting to enjoy this, and it was the complete opposite of enjoyment. I don't know what else to say. But yeah, little bits like that at the beginning where, the guy says, it's one of those where he says, yeah, you get no light at all up here and everything's on. It's like an IKEA showroom in the fucking house. So you know what sort of film it's going to spiral into when shit like that happens. What else? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. The guy, it takes long enough for him to transform into the werewolf. When he does, it's just a whole sort of, he goes after them. Shall I eat them? Shall I not eat them? Shall I let them go? It's like, just no. And the final moment where the mum and the daughter must see that. Fuck, I can't. 28 years later, I cannot wait for that. I can't wait for that. Oh, I hope I do I'm going to definitely do a post-screen review after I've seen that. When is it? June? So the bit right at the end where the mum and the daughter stare out. Oh my god. It was just, yeah. But yeah, the daughter was a pain in the arse though, honestly. Like halfway through, she's like, oh my god, you're scaring me. Really? Really? What, with his fucking teeth falling out and fangs coming through? Great big, furry, half-naked body. Really? He's scaring you? Oh my god. It was more sort of shocking me. Better keep it down. Wolfman is worth a miss. Because nothing about this film warranted like any sort of. Do you ever, just before I round up? Do you ever sit during a film? Well, I mean, to be honest, during this, I was actually like, it's one of those ones where I was physically like out loud, like my body gestures. I was like, oh my God, like, you know, so it's one of those. But do you ever sort of, when you're halfway through a film, not even halfway through, at the beginning of the film, do you ever sit and wonder who was involved in the production, how much money was spent and time was wasted? Do you ever think about that? Like how much money and like the effort that went into it, the orchestra that creates all the pounding music for the frantic chase scenes? Because I really genuinely do. I sit and I think, who A, wrote it, who B, commissioned it, C, who wasted time on it, and D, how much money did they like use? Like what budget was spent? And do you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, this is just yeah, don't leave the Wolfman in the in the forest, because I'm categorically telling you it's an absolute waste of time.